Welcome to the Dreamit Dose. In the next 5 minutes, we'll talk about how 80% of startups make huge mistakes when talking about the competition, and it's deadly critical that you get this right. Luckily, it's pretty easy to fix. Let's dive in. The first mistake I see entrepreneurs make is they truly don't even understand who the competition is. They haven't exhaustively done a search. The number of times I meet with a startup, they tell me who their competition is. I do one detailed Google search. I flip my Macintosh around and say, wait a second, what about these other three? I haven't even mentioned them. And they'll say, I don't even know who those are. I mean, did you spend any time on this issue? Don't be like an ostrich and stick your head in the sand, because you're going to get run over by a big truck, and that's going to be an investor that you meet with that knows more about the competition than you do. I mean, it's like when you were a little kid, right? And you'd be in your dark room, and you're not going to open the door to the closet, because if you don't look, the boogeyman won't be there. This is the boogeyman. Embrace it. Search for the competition. Make sure you understand it. Keep your ear to the ground for new competitors emerging, and embrace that with strong emotional intelligence. Now the question is, once you know that information, what do you do with it? Well, let me tell you where not to start, and that's with the Magic Quadrant. There is nothing magical about it. Don't use them if you're trying to differentiate. Why? Can you only differentiate on two axes? I mean, it's so artificial. It's complete bullshit. If you want to show how you're unique and you're different, you're not going to use a Magic Quadrant. It's gone, it's over, it's dead, and oh, by the way, you can throw its friend, the Venn diagram, out the window as well. I know I'm going fast. Please leave your questions in the comments, and make sure to subscribe. We have a lot more coming. So we talked about what not to do. Now let's talk about what you should do. And that's going to be showing your competition in a table and grid format. Now let's break that down and talk about what you actually do inside the table. First, the columns are going to be the individual companies, and you're going to go first. And by the way, I'm assuming if you're watching this, you read and speak English. We read left to right. That means you go first in the leftmost column. The competitors go next to you going to the right. What order do those competitors go in? Pretty easy to know. If I asked you who are the top competitors your customers or investors are going to ask about first, they, in priority order, are going to be the next columns right next to you. But you're going to spend most of your time differentiating over your 2 to 3 biggest competitors. That's how you're going to handle that. Next, let's talk about what you're going to do in the rows. And those rows are going to be the benefits that you deliver, not the features. What are the benefits you're delivering to that end user or that end customer? As you talk about the benefits, another big question that comes up is, what is that order? Pretty simple. I have a question for you. What's your biggest, strongest value proposition? What's your biggest differentiator? Those are the benefits that should come at the top, and almost in a sorted order, what are those benefits from top to bottom? Strongest benefits up top, strongest differentiators up top, coming down. Next, let's talk about what do you do in the middle of the chart. Pretty straightforward. First of all, for all of those benefits we talked about, try to make sure they're quantitative, not qualitative. So if you say faster, I'm going to want you to start talking about how much faster you are. Don't just use that description, faster. But as you fill out the middle of the chart, what I want you to think about is, sure, you're going to put check marks for where all the things that you have as a benefit for your particular product and maybe your competitors. But here's what I don't want you to do. Don't litter up and muck up the chart with lots of X's where it doesn't fit, or the functionality isn't there, the benefit isn't there. Just leave it blank. Open up the chart, make it cleaner, make it easier to read, easier to process. If you have to, you could use Harvey balls, like if you're 100%, it's a solid ball. If you're only 50%, it's a 50%. Or maybe there's a number in there. But if your competition doesn't have the capability, just leave it blank. And remember, you can go beyond your product when you're talking about the competition. If you have unique differentiators that really set you apart, that's related to your distribution strategy, pricing, business model, no long-term contract, put that in here as well. We see a lot of entrepreneurs that make the mistake that just talk about the product. Investors and customers often want to know other things that make you different that may seem obvious to you, but are huge differentiators. List them as well. That's it. That's how you make sure you truly understand who the competition is and that you're communicating it clearly so everyone else understands how you're different and unique from the competition. So, what are your key takeaways? 1, make sure you truly understand who the competition is. Number 2, Magic Quadrant, gone, dead, in a box, buried forever, and its friend, the Venn diagram, yeah, that's in the box too. Number 3, you're going to build it as a table. You've got the columns, you go first, top competitors go next to you. Coming down on the rows, it's the benefits, and they're in priority order. And remember, leave it uncluttered in the middle. Just put the check marks to the numbers where it applies. If it doesn't apply, leave the X's blank, leave them out, leave it clear. That's your Dreamit dose in about 5 minutes. I look forward to answering your questions in the comments. We'll see you next time. In the table, in the columns, you're listing header. Oh, damn it. It was so good. I know, it's great. It gives me energy when I see you laugh. It's like, yeah, spend the best.